Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
All right. Cheryl Reeves is a psycho. That's the next thing I want to talk about. Cheryl Reeve, bro. Cheryl Reeve is a real psycho. I'm going to just play this right now. But someone asked her, shouts out to Jack Maloney from CBS. He posted this clip of the press conference. Someone asked her about Nafisa Collier, the leading candidate to win MVP this year, why she was still in the game when the team was up, when Minnesota was up 43 points late in the third quarter. And apparently, she said, it's the third quarter of a game on someone else's floor. I don't think the game is over. ... I get it. People are going to rail on me. And that's a part of sitting in the seat I'm in. She's a real life psychopath.
I don't question you. You know better than I do, but it doesn't make you think I shouldn't have her in it.
No, I don't think about those things. There's a third quarter of a game, on someone else's floor. I don't think the game is over. I don't think like that. She had a sub, there, and she wasn't going to play in the fourth quarter. Sometimes these things happen, and I get it. People are going to rail on me, and that's part of sitting in the seat that I'm sitting in. But we did what we think was right, and sometimes these things happen, and unfortunate, and hopefully she'll be okay.
If y'all seen the 5K video, y'all seen my moment with Cheryl Reeve, and I think I might have even uploaded it as its own video. I don't know. I don't think I did, but where I asked in Atlanta, they were in Atlanta. Ariel Powers was back. Oh, she made a mistake, and then I want to admit it in public. So there was Ariel Powers, right? She was playing for Minnesota a few years ago, and then out of nowhere, she just stopped playing. She was out of the rotation. She wasn't playing anymore, right? And what happened? So Ariel Power was complaining about not playing, no longer playing anymore publicly. Like, she put it on social media, like, oh, why am I not playing and that? She eventually gets granted, release, or she was a free agent. Her contract ran out, and then she signed to Atlanta. Next year in Atlanta, Tanisha Wright, former Atlanta Dream coach, she puts her immediately in the rotation. She kind of works her way through getting regular minutes, and she becomes a key player for the Atlanta Dream. First game, Minnesota plays in Atlanta the next season and stuff like that. AP gets regular burn just like every other game. Post game comes. I asked Cheryl Reeve, this is your former player. How do you feel about your former player now getting the opportunity with the new franchise, a fresh start? She gets more minutes. She gets what she wants. She gets her shots and everything like that. How do you feel about that? And usually, to give you kind of to set the scene, to give you context, most coaches in the WNBA will say, oh, I'm so happy for her. She did a lot of good things for us when she was here. She brought a great attitude. She worked hard even when she wasn't playing. I'm glad she's found herself in a better situation with a better fit to where now she can get more minutes. And, she's a good player. She's a good scorer. She brings a lot of great tangibles to the game. It just with us, quite didn't really fit in with our personnel. But I feel like obviously it is a little better. The fit is in Atlanta. I'm thinking it's going to be that, bro. Some variation of that. She cuts me off before I finish the question and goes, I don't think about other people's players. She said, I don't think about other teams' players. I don't do that. I think about my team's players. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. And she said, yeah. That's when I knew Cheryl Reeve was a psychopath, bro. She just wired different, dog. She not human. But that's why the Lynx won 4 championships with Maya Moore and Sylvia Fowles and Simone Augustus and Katie and everybody like them, right? And that's also why the team went to the finals last season when everybody expected them, including myself, to be a middle-of-the-pack playoff team. So Cheryl Reeve gets the most out of her players. There's a reason why she is the number one top dog coach. She is the Eric Spoelstra of the WNBA. And yeah. C. Gager said, how can you make up a 50-point lead in 2 minutes? That game had been won 100%. I remember when Stephanie White made the same mistake with Caitlin Clark. The Fever had an 8-point lead with 40 seconds left. Oh, yeah. That's when she got hurt. But see, that's a bit different. I'm not going to lie, because 8-point game, 40 seconds left, that's a toss-up. You can come back from 8 points in 40 seconds with a couple fouls, a couple turnovers. You back in the game. I got a question for you, C Gazer. Some people are coming up with the conspiracies. Is CC actually still as hurt as she lets off? Do you think Caitlin Clark is still really hurt? Like, she is to be held out. I think she might be just because she didn't play in All-Star and she really wanted to participate in All-Star weekend. I think if she wasn't hurt, she would have participated in All-Star and then went back to sitting out games after All-Star break. Kind of like Angel Reese. Angel Reese grandma never saw her play her entire WNBA career. He said no, she's 100% fit now. So there it is. So she don't think she hurt. So, but Angel Reese, she's been sitting out right after the All-Star break with her injury, after getting hurt when she also like had the technical that made her get a 1-game suspension. Anyways, she came back for one particular game in Washington, D.C. to play the Mystics on the road because her grandma never saw her play. The very next game, she was out again with the back injury. So it was like, I looked at that as, okay, she decided to push through the pain and the injury and everything for the sake of her family seeing her. I think Caitlin Clark would have did something similar if she wasn't really hurt during All-Star, but she didn't. She continued to sit out. But some people are coming out with this thing that Caitlin isn't as hurt as she lets off because she's jumping on the sideline and everything like that. And I guess they might even be looking at, okay, we got a new CBA coming. We're really about to get paid next season. But I don't see Caitlin Clark sitting out the rest of the season, dog. Like, she has to come back before playoffs. She's too competitive. She's too much of a competitive person. Have you seen the video where she kicked the football so hard with her right foot? No groin injured players kicking the football. It's kicking the football that hard. Man, look, bro, look. Hey, man, if she said, like I said, if Caitlin really wasn't hurt, that's the thing, bro. Hold on. Let me switch to another tab in the meantime. Hold on, give me a second. Because I want to, hold on. Okay, never mind. It's staying down. But yeah, if she really wasn't hurt, she would have pushed through and did the 3-point contest in an All-Star game in Indianapolis, bro. For the hometown fans, she would have did that if she wasn't really hurt, and then she would have went back to being on the injury report. So I see the argument. Okay, we got a new CBA coming. I'm gonna get way more money next season. Why risk it by getting hurt? I get it. Why risk it from a serious injury, right? I understand it. At the same token, we got playoffs coming up in like a month. I don't think Caitlin Clark is gonna, just sit out a month before playoffs willingly instead of helping her team with playoff seeding and helping this team get past the first round, winning a playoff game, et cetera, all of those things. Because at the end of the day, she's an extremely competitive person. So I don't think she's faking it. But I see why people will come up with the conspiracy that she is. Faking it or not, for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese or wherever, Cheryl Reeve is a psychopath. And I don't think Angel's faking it, by the way. C. Gazer said she might have been hurt at the All-Star game week, but she clearly has recovered and is game ready now. The team does not want to play her. Let me see if there's anything on it. If there's an injury update. I'm stacking my ones on the Tuesday. I'm getting that paper. I'm stacking my ones on a Wednesday. I'm getting my paper. So how do the Hindu Times say she has a date that's set and CBS says she doesn't have a date that's set? That don't even make no sense. Sophie Cunningham talking. I don't care what. So Sophie is not the doctor. Yeah, there's no timeline. She will miss her 6th straight game on Friday. She's been limited 13 games this season due to her injuries. So there is no timeline. There is no update. Rest in peace to Greg Glenn III. Y'all be careful with that water, man. Y'all be careful with that water for sure. Okay, next scene. This is just a thing I saw on Elegant Black Women.
Don't talk about this out.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.